thrust set. 5500. Pre-vest. Rotate.
All right. Goose Fraba. Goose Fraba. Hit the like button if you know what I'm referencing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Clear the throat out here. Hopefully I'm not losing my voice. Been a long day. Been a long day of streaming. We just wrapped up almost a 4-hour stream on the Just Flight Avro RJ85. There was a lot of juice. There was a lot of rage. And there was a lot of pilot errors. So, you guys had a wonderful idea of suggesting a creature comforts flight, and I couldn't be more in agreement. We are taking the 319 baby bus Phoenix, my absolute favorite, in this juicy Arizona Cardinals livery, soon to be released, courtesy of Whiskey Throttle. And we're going to take a short flight, 51 minutes airtime from John Wayne, Santa Ana, to Phoenix Sky Harbor. We'll watch the sunset live together, real weather, real time, live time. And it's going to be a good one. We're going to wash the taste out of our mouth from all the pilot errors. We're going to refocus. It's going to be a good one. Need a Seahawks livery. Ooh. That was a wild game, though, dude. Tough loss yesterday. That was a wild game. I don't even remember. We've been streaming A380s, fly-by-wire Neo. We flew the Avro. It's been a hot minute since we were in the Phoenix. So it's time that we come back home. It's always great to come back home to our baby. I see a speed bed. Is that a speed bed? There's a speed bed down there. So, Who's ready? I prefer steak, but roast will do. Hey, Al, what's up, man? Good to see you. Yes. Hey, hope you're, man, I looked at the radar. Looks like there's some pretty gnarly stuff out there in Dallas right now. I'm pretty much past all of it. It's all east of me now. But, man, there was some thunder boomers out here where I am in North Texas, but I think we're all good to go now. So, was this a real tail number? I actually don't know, Jeremy Harvey. You know, it being whiskey throttle, I would imagine it was. Jeremy, being whiskey throttle. Now, this is a work in progress version. Maybe he does tail numbers last. I'm not sure. Once it's officially released, I'm sure it'll have all the juicy details and stuff on it. But, yeah, this is a true to life livery. Are they still rocking it under the American brand, or did they paint over this one? I think they painted over this one and made it just American. So, let's go ahead and get it. Let's get the show on the road, shall we? Owen Sullivan earned my private pilot a few weeks ago. Hey, Owen, that's awesome, man. Congratulations, dude. Hope you enjoy the private pilot rank, if you will. Now that you're a PPL, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. That's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing. And are you going to continue on? We got instrument next, or are you going out there private, do a little of your own flying? You know, what's next for you, man? But that's awesome. Congratulations, dude. American flies it now a days. What does that mean? English. All right, let's go ahead and fire this bird up and get the show on the road. I love me some Phoenix. Hold on, let me make sure my sim sounds are on. Yes, they are. They should have sim sounds. All right, here we go. Battery 1, battery 2. Oh, thump, thump. Route is incorrect, Inatical. We are going John Wayne to Phoenix. That's the incorrect route. You didn't get a drop, Al? You're on the western fringe. Ah, man. Wild. Inadequate, yeah, we are. This is a surprise stream. This is a rinse the taste out of your mouth from all the mistakes we were making in the last stream. It is, Jeremy. Cool. It's just a standard AA livery now? Oh. How easy is it to fly the 319? It's great, man. The 319 it's like, it's the best. 319 is the best jet out there, man. Changed my mind. I appreciate it. I'm touring a couple flight schools this month to continue my journey towards the airlines. Owen, that's fantastic, dude. Very cool, very cool. You know, it's on that topic as we wait for the airplane to fire up here. So I was flying with a flight attendant a couple of years, probably 2 years ago now. And when, you know, we do our procedures, when we do lab breaks and stuff, flight attendant comes up in front and all that. That's where there's always two people up front. And I was talking with him, and he seemed to know a lot about what was going on. He's like, oh, is that? Is that? And I'm like, oh, hey, why, are you interested in flying? He's like, yeah, I'm getting ready to start my, or go for his PPL check ride or something, or stage check. He wasn't quite towards the end of his PPL yet. Fast forward, I flew with him like 6-8 months later. He was working on his commercial or something, and I just saw an update. He got hired not that long ago. Same regional I worked for. He passed training. He has the same. Everyone takes their inaugural photo when they get an RJ. You know, your first type ride, most likely on an Embraer. Anyone takes a picture, and it's just crazy. And so now he went from flight attendant to he went from gate agent to ramp to flight attendant to first officer now on the 170. So pretty cool, man. 321 IE's best though. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know, Romaro. To be determined. Full flap in the house. 737 pilot, give him a follow if you like 737 streams. Yes. Make sure you check out Full Flap Sim if you like learning how to land Flaps 15, and if you like 737 content. He's basically the American version of me. Much more patience, much nicer, doesn't rage, and he sure knows how to stick it on the pavement, that's for sure. So check him out, Full Flap Sim. We actually have a landing competition we have to accomplish here at some point. A330-300 best bus. Thomas Ray, A340-600 best bus. 4 engines for the long haul and for the short haul, baby. A340-600 best bus. If I could pick one Airbus to fly for the rest of my career domestically, don't have to go 15-hour legs, give me the A340-600. It's been so long, I don't even remember how to do this. A knit request? Let's do it, a knit request. 22.8, that looks good. That's off. We'll squawk. We actually have SoCal online, which is fantastic. Squawk 7303. 7303. We've had some great controllers today. I will say that. We have been nowhere. We have not been, what am I trying to say? Basically trying to say we deserve no grace from the controllers today, and we received a lot of it. So shout out to the controllers that have showed us a lot of mercy and kindness for our streaming today. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the last stream with the Avro RJ. Beautiful airplane. Absolutely love that RJ85, and it's coming out soon, and I'm sure you guys are going to absolutely love it as well. All right, mass and balance. Let's go ahead and start the GSX. Confirm. Sure. I haven't done GSX loading on the 319 since we reloaded it from Key 6. So, but that's the hairdryer bus. No, not the 600, Thomas. Not the 600. The A340 300 is the hairdryer. Give me the one with the one that told us did. I'm pretty sure it's the 600, right, Thomas Ray? With the big engines, not the little hairdryer engines. All right, we're Cactus 357, cost index 99, cruise altitude is, I never forget, 350. It's aggressive, but we'll get there. We're on a 319. Temperature off the ECAM is 25. Triple pause, we don't care about it because it's flight sim. SNA departure 20 right on the, what did they give us on our clearance here? It looks slightly different. Pigeon 3 to scenery. No, that's right. Pigeon 3 to scenery. Pigeon 3 scenery transition. We'll insert that. Wonderful. No pushback now. Arrivals into Sky Harbor. We'll select, you know what? I'm not sure what are the winds doing in Phoenix. I know they had some rain the other day. I was watching the Cardinals game yesterday. They had hail coming in the stadium, which is pretty crazy. They closed the roof. Took 10 minutes for the roof to close. 270 westbound in Sky Harbor. So let's plan for the southbound. Actually, no, what? Let's land north side westbound. What's that? 26? North side westbound runway ILS 26. And we filed the Hydra 1 into Sky Harbor. The Hydra rockets. Full flap. How many Hydras have you fired? You fire Hydras in the Hornet? Probably not. Hydras off of Blythe. Blythe transition. Approach via Zerlo. Wonderful. Loaded up and done. Yeah, the 5 and 600 have the big boy Rolls Royce. Yeah. That's the one I want. A340 600. That's the one I would like. You can use load aircraft now from EXB, from Phoenix. What does that mean? Ground ceviches, mass and balance. We're already loading. We're fueling. Oh, he's actually out there fueling. Cool. Check it out. We're pumping gas, chat. We're pumping gas. Alexandra Bellini, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. I'm going to pause that. Alexandra Bellini, 20 gifted memberships on the channel. Very, very, very generous. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for that. If you pick up a membership from Alexandra, make sure you say a thank you. That's a huge help to the channel. Owen Sullivan, happy PPL, man. You just got a gifted membership. So thank you again for the support. Very, very kind. Massive donation here on the channel with 20 gifted memberships. Awesome. All right, let's initialize our secondary. We're departing SNA, but if we got to come back, we're going back to LAX, chat. We're not coming in here. Secondary flight plan, LA arrival. We'll plan for, we're north of LA, right? So we'd plan for 24 right. Perf, we don't care about the star. We don't care about any of that. We just care about the approach phase. Magic Barrel Ref 3000. 3000. Temperature is 25. Winds will zero them out. And we'll just put 200 in the rad nav because I don't want to look it up. So 200 is set. Progress page, SNA. Now we are going to have to take into account a special procedure for departing out of here, but we'll cross that bridge once we're all loaded up. Right now we'll leave the zero fuel weight page where it is. We will bring this over to flight plan. We will set our EFIS and FCU as planned here from PDC, climb via the SID, accept, maintain, FIFE. Uh-oh, why is mini FCU not working? What? Hold on. Why isn't mini FCU working? Let me restart it. It should work with the 319. It doesn't work with the 321, right? You know what's weird is it's like, oh, it's super laggy. What's happening to my mini FCU? Uh-oh. FCU in op. Well, I'll tell you what. I had somebody else reach out to me for an FCU that I think XP had it. I might have to hit him up and see how he likes it, because I can't imagine this would be going bad on me already. I'm going to end the mini cockpit software. We're doing a troubleshooting here. Stand by. In true Airbus fashion. If it doesn't work, turn it off, turn it back up again. Alright, rebooting that. Hardware is rebooted. Now let's reboot the software. Alright, we're getting the flash. Mini FCU is up. Hardware is green. Add-on is green. But it's broken. Huh. It's like super delayed. No, not the WinWing one. That is interesting. Like I scroll it, nothing happens, and then 5 minutes, well, 5 seconds later, it moves. But it's not even moving the values in the Phoenix. Interesting. That's very unfortunate, because I was really looking forward to flying with the mini FCU. What if I unplug it and plug it back in again? Straight unplug. Straight replug. Niche hardware. They're telling me full flap. I'm getting tired of this niche hardware, man. Yeah, something's wrong. Alright. You're dead to me. Trash. Gotta do it the old school way. That sucks. Because I really enjoy using the mini FCU. Alright, 5,000 is set. Let's go ahead and start the APU. Our fueling is done, right? Yeah, refueling is done. Fuel tank pumps are coming on. APU master switch is coming on. Seatbelt sign is on. We've got 11.5 required. Fuel on board is on board and balanced. We'll throw that down here. 11.5 in the block. Perfect. What? What'd you say? Oh. Looks like our INS just came on. Here we go. Spool it up. Why we got aft stairs? Are we doing any failures today? No. No. God, no. Please, no. Alexander Bellini. No, it's not. It's not that one either. Hold on. Let me get the email. Let me show you. How do you download a flight plan in a 320? I assume that's a typical way of loading a flight plan. You talk about real life? CPDLC, uplink it, goes to the secondary, and then you can pull it, or we just pull it, or we just put it in the regular way, man. Just plug it in. Yeah, you are dead to me emoji. I'm curious now too, because maybe I should respond to this email. Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't want to work with me anymore. But considering my mini SCU died, that's very disappointing. It was. It was something I never heard of before, and I initially thought it was a scam. 100% thought it was a scam, so I kind of ignored it. And then I saw XP had it, and I'm like, wait a second. So then I went back, and of course, and it wasn't a... Yeah, Bodge, here it is. Nope, that's not it. Oh, dude, I never responded to Cody DeWolf. Oh, dude. Cody, if you're watching the stream, dude, email me, man. I'm sorry. Totally forgot. I can't even find the email now. Wingflex FCU Cube. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. So they sent me a couple emails, and I legitimately thought it was... I thought the first one was spam. I got another one. I'm like, oh, what's spam? And then I saw XP, and I'm like, wait a second. It wasn't spam. So we got the chrono started. We're boarding passengers. We're loading bags. Let's keep an eye on those guys down there working hard. Hey, Aaron's still in the house. What's going on, man? Irish lad, you're up late. Do you have the latest version of Mini FCU software installed? Knowing me, probably not, Aaron. The software version I'm running is 1.19er. 1.19er. I'm thinking about selling most of my hardware and going minimalist setup, high-end joystick and throttle. Rain Man? That's what I'm talking about, man. Got a Throttletek and a Moza. Be set. Unfathomable. Me too, man. 7.6 is coming back to life. Hello from a heavy 321 to my right. Tower at Ray. Where you at? Ooh, you're down there. You're the Merkin. We got 3. Why do we have so many speed bids? Ooh, we got another cactus down there. Why do we have so many speed bids in John Wayne? Why are all the passengers pink? Whoa. Hold on. I didn't even notice that. Okay, that's funny. Man. Hit the like button for Pepto-Bismol passengers. I bet this saves frames. I'm not even going to try to fix this, because I guarantee you this probably saves frames. The Pepto-Bismol flight. Oh, man, I love it. Friggin' love it. Because it's a Cardinals plane. Is this a Janet flight? Yeah, it could be. Oh, my word. Imagine if we were in VR right now. This would look so trippy with the pink people. All right, well, let's go ahead and just save frames anyway. We'll close the door. Now, I'm curious. Can I look at the peephole? Nope. Just Flight Avro RJ85. You could actually use the peephole. I'm pretty sure that's the first time we've had a functioning peephole in Microsoft Flight Sim. Pretty sure that's the first time we've had that. It's been 2 minutes and 34 seconds. About another 30 seconds. We'll get the bleed on. Might save some VRAM though, okay? Hey, save me some VRAM. I'm all about that. Can I get that for the 380 mod? I just want pink passengers. Actually, I don't know. My computer might start hovering if I had passengers in the 380. Chaos. I tried to fly it tonight. I wanted to do a United Airlines Super flight tonight. But with the amount of rage we had, I had to get back to my creature comforts of the 319. I did download the 380 update, yes. I got it updated, and I got the United Battleship Gray livery, which is awesome. Bill's Mafia, you like this livery? It's funny, I'm drinking out of a New York Jets mug. I'm flying the Cardinals, and next weekend the Cardinals play the Jets, so it's kind of suspect. Did you try the new SimBrief Microsoft integration? Lazaros. I saw it up here. I don't know what it is or what it does, so I just unclicked it because I don't need any more stuff bugging out and causing issues. Yeah, I got it right there. I don't know. I've never had an issue with SimBrief before through like the normal ways of doing it, so I'm not worried about adding features that could go wrong. Bill's Mafia. If you super chat Bills Suck, I'll tell you where you can get it from. Just kidding, man. It's Whiskey Throttle. He hasn't dropped it yet. It's still work in progress. There might be some things missing or some things that need some touch-ups. Not quite released yet. There's a pre-release. FSX Legend, unfortunately, yes. Courtesy of a member here on the channel, Key6. He single-handedly bought it for the channel again. Because I wasn't going to reload. I wasn't going to buy it again. I couldn't get my codes to reactivate. So I said GSX is dead to me. And it was great. I didn't miss it one bit. And Key6 came in and made us get it again. Bill's Mafia, $2 super chat. I'm not going to heart that one. But hey, if you want to spend $2 to tell me the jets suck, I appreciate you, dude. That's 1/4 of a cafe con leche tomorrow. Thanks for the super chat, I guess. All right, we got 3 minutes. Let's go APU bleed on. We'll leave the generator on external right now so we just can save some load. Looking at perf, let's set up our perf takeoff. So we got a couple things we need to do. 20 right dry. We have to do a flaps 3 static toga. That's the procedure out of here. Anti-ice will be off. Packs will be off, so we'll leave the APU bleed on. We'll sync live weather, and we'll stand by for the final load sheet to load that in there. But we have to do a flaps 3 toga, and we have to manually adjust our acceleration, deceleration. Who remembers what it is? I don't have my iPad with me. I'm going to have to look at my own video, reference my own video to get the acceleration, deceleration. Is it? Surely it's not in Navigraph. My home team, the Cards. Hey, Scotty P, welcome to the stream, dude. Pigeon 3R nav. Maintaining 5. Thank you, Full Flap. My man, 1,500 and 3,000. So we will update. I'm going to see if it. Normally we have to do this only after we uplink our speeds. Because if you uplink the speeds, it's going to uplink transit. It's going to relook at the transition. It's going to relook at the thrust reduction. So if you do this when you re-uplink the speeds, it'll go back to default. So we'll see what happens if we uplink them here. Hopefully that'll stay. But my man, appreciate you. 1,500 and 3,000. So it's going to be a flaps 3 toga static, out like a rocket ship. Power comes back, and then we're just going to be kind of coasting there at the flight director SRS guidance for anywhere up to V2 plus 10, and then at 3,000 feet we'll nose over, and the acceleration cleanup process will begin. So that's that. APU bleed is on. Fuel pumps are on. Oh man, look at the scratches on the cargo door. Look at the detail, man. Man, it's awesome. Alexandra Bellini with another 5 rupee Jet Suck super chat. I refuse to like it. I'm not going to like that, but I'm not going to heart it, rather. But appreciate the support. Hey, if you want to super chat, tell me the Jet Suck. Bring it all in here. Hey, I'm all for it. It's a new marketing. It's a new marketing scheme from V1 Nation. You guys can super chat, tell me I suck. Appreciate it, Alexander. Look, here, I'll show you guys think I'm kidding. Check this out. Meh, meh. J-E-T-S. Jets, Jets, Jets. We're so back, baby. We're going to playoffs. We're going to run the table. We're going to go to the playoffs. Oh, I just hit the camera. Do you think you'll try out World Flight? Lots of other streamers are doing it on VATSIM. James Minton, I've saw a couple of that. I'm still not, I'm not completely sure like what World Flight is. Like I don't really know. I know it's for charity. I talked to XP72 a little bit about it when I was at his place a while back. I don't really know what it is. It seems interesting though. Everyone's got full cockpits, right? That's pretty much the thing. Got to have a full cockpit. And I mean, that seems pretty cool. Looks like real time. Everyone flies around the world. So, seems pretty wild. Bills run the East. Yeah, they're just going to lose. They're not going to go anywhere in the playoffs. That's the problem, though. Migs, thanks for the 2 Canadian, man. My wife definitely ain't a jet then. Hey, Migs. I appreciate the 2 Canadian bones, man. Thanks for the support, Migs. You've been around here a long time as well. Appreciate you. Scratching on the door, it's so Cardinals. Let's go Buffalo. Look, I did see Bill's Mafia. You don't have a kid by chance, do you? So I saw on, I think I told you this, saw a YouTube reel, or yeah, some dad had like literally a newborn. I mean, you could tell it was a newborn. They're still in the hospital, and they had a styrofoam table, and they like baptized him in the name of Josh Allen, the Bills, and then they literally like set the baby down over the styrofoam table and broke it. Like, dang, that is some dedication right there. You flying this airplane is like coming home. Yes, Jeremy, I love it, man. Welcomes me with open arms, except my mini FCU's not working. Could I get the latest mini FCU firmware while we're live? Would that work? Or would it require a restart? Where does one find the latest situation for mini? X-Plane for X-Plane and for Microsoft. Download the latest DLS 2.1.2, huh? Alright, so let's save that. Okay. Installer package. Not spam. Oh, no. I hit... Oh, yeah. Okay, good. I thought it said run away. It said run anyway. Man, I need to go home. Sure, install it to my C drive because I don't know where else you're supposed to go. To the following folder. I'm not sure where you're supposed to go. Are you supposed to go to the community folder? I don't remember how to do this. Let's go back. Oh, listen to that. The following applications. Oh. I guess it would help if I shut it off. Let's try again. Stand by, we're trying to get mini FC working. Alright, successfully installed, it says. Now, let's start it. Let's see if this works. Install. Taking its sweet time. Give me a second, guys. Any ideas where to get the left-handed Airbus stick for the Moza? If it's not on their website yet, then I'm not sure where else to pick it up. I don't have that one yet, so I'm not. I'm not sure. I would look at the. I would look at their website, man. That'd be the #1 spot. Now it wants me to download this firmware upgrade. I gotta run this. Man, this is a lot of work here, a lot of clicking. Sure, just go... I don't know where you're supposed to go. We'll just run you there. Start, next. Yes. Close. Alright. Mini EFIS is not connected. Wait a second, hold on. Hey! It's working. Thank you. All right. Mini FCU is not dead to me. Mini FCU is not dead to me. Let's get out of here. Disconnect. Beacon's on. And I believe it will do its own thing, right? Who do we need to call? Do we need to call someone for push? Nope. Cleared Pigeon 3. Scenery. Climb via SoCal departure 2805. Now we are pushing on an active taxiway, so let's call them anyway.
Approach Southwest 2474, request taxi.
We gotta turn this on.
1161, taxi to parking via Yankee Echo, cross
even though she's banned.
left at Yankee.
Migs, it's gonna be the wrong route, man.
Yankee Echo, cross you.
I don't have the proper route on.
Southwest 2474. Caution the company aircraft ahead and to your right, runway 24, left taxi.
I'll try to get that updated here in just a second.
Roger, 2 for left via Echo, Southwest 2474.
SoCal Cactus 357 on the ground at John Wayne, gate 13, ready for push.
Cactus 350 at 7, SoCal departure. Push on to Alpha, approved face left.
Push on Alpha, approved face left, Cactus 357. Alright.
SoCal approach Pacific 7260 Super.
Brakes release.
Push on Kilo.
Pacific 7260
There's a super.
Super, SoCal departure.
Maybe
Push
go
on
nose
Kilo,
left.
approved face left.
Tail right.
Can we get 25 right? To base
Oh, he's in LA. Alright, commencing push. Let's go.
Pacific 7260 Super. Can't give you 25 right. If you want to go to the south complex, I can give you.
Let's go ahead and start them up. Engine mode to ignition start.
Okay, that works for me. Thank you.
Shh, let's enjoy being home, chat. We're home.
Would you like runway 25 left?
Yeah, we'd like 25 left, 7260.
Pacific 7260. Roger. Push onto Kilo approved and face south. Call when ready to taxi.
Push on a Kilo approved, facing south, call when ready, taxi 7260, thank you.
Number 3206, clock 7231.
7231, 3206.
Mutation 3206, reback correct, runway 21, taxi via Bravo.
Alright,
Roger
what's
that,
up,
21
dude?
via Bravo, 3206. And could you just repeat this clock one more time?
7231 for citation 20.
Andy
Okay,
B, I was thinking of that
7231,
song in my head too.
Citation 220.
Literally, I was thinking about that.
SoCal approach
Brake set.
Alaska 1086 on November.
Alaska 1086, taxi to parking via.
Ah, I love the bus. Oh,
Taxi park via November Alaska 1086.
see?
too.
Even when you screw up, she tells you how to fix it. Let's go ahead and do dismissed. Come over here. Departure perf.
Are you number 1 for
Nope.
24 left?
Ceviches. Send a McDo. Success. Perf takeoff. Dry.
4427.
Sync live. Calculate. Ah.
Your company. Wind at 220 at 11, gust 18, RNAV to Del Rey.
What do we want?
24 left.
Takeoff weight is right now 127.6.
American 470, runway 20 right, clear.
All right, flaps 3, 15, 16, 21. Send. Come back here. Perf. 15, 16, 21, 15, and 3,000. Flaps 3, no flex. TO1, TO2 to rate, all the good stuff. Here we go, start 2.
You'll probably get a phone call from the company afterwards.
Literally chaos. Literally designed for it.
Yeah, I'm having issues with my model matching. I'm going to mention whether I should not fix that.
Roger. Cactus 198, push on Alpha, approved face up. Push on Alpha, approved face up.
Diego, not yet. Not yet. It will be soon.
Jet through 1731, taxi to parking via Hotel Juliet Charlie, cross from 25 right at Juliet.
Hotel Juliet to parking and I will cross.
Flame, we do that after start.
And so I got approach for citation 3206 short of 21 Bravo, ready to go.
Citation 3206.
Oh, does it need the CG in there? That's right.
Departure, fly runway heading on the
You
shoreline.
see what Sunbrief
Turn
said we
right
should
heading
be.
260 for radar vectors. Climb initially to 5,000. Runway 21, clear for takeoff.
Okay, Roger. We'll clear for takeoff tail and we'll fly runway heading, and then once you're destroyed, we'll turn 270, and then we'll expect vectors 3206 and 5,000.
Heading 260 after the shoreline.
I think 260, and then
This guy sounds like he needs
5,000,
coffee.
3206.
Southwest 4427, radar contact, say altitude.
All right, start. Boom. Flaps 3 coming at you. Here comes the juice.
Southwest 4427, climb and maintain 13,000.
Let's do a flight control check from wing view. Full up, full down, hopefully.
Taxi altitude.
There we go.
Passing 600 American 470.
American 470.
What's 3,000 for accepting?
26.4% CG set. So that's going to be
Air transport 3325.
right about there. Close
We
enough.
came in on 6. That worked out pretty good.
Auto brakes max, takeoff config checked,
5, Roger.
on auto,
Runway 0,
armed,
taxi.
APU bleed off till we taxi out there. Forward call. Let's give him a holler.
And we're on Echo here, going Alpha.
Not safe for work.
Citation 206 radar contact, stay out.
We're passing 2,500 for citation 3206.
Citation 3206.
Really, Aaron? One mouse wheel is 1.1?
That's that, climb and maintain.
Very cool. I didn't know that. That's pretty convenient.
Through correction 3206.
SoCal, Cactus 357, ready taxi on Alpha.
We're waiting for pushback onto Delta for information trail.
At 15 at 59, your transponder appears to be on standby. Squawk normal.
Squawk normal, Delta 659.
2474, runway 24, left turn nav to Del Rey. This is Takeoff. Vacation 206, make a right turn right, proceed southbound, of course.
Definitely a quality
Okay,
of
Roger,
life.
right turn, we'll
Aaron,
proceed
definitely.
southbound, citation 3206.
SoCal, Jet Touch 457 on the ground, San Bernardino, IFR.
Nobody cares about San Bernardino.
And citation 206, you're cleared through.
Murofaka, yes it does, but you got to be careful with that.
Okay, Roger, clear to the
So
LA
the way you
south
properly
route,
set picture him is you look at the wheel and you set the
3206.
percentage down there. That's how you properly do it.
Super 7 Delta, Super 1 departure, prior to your arrival, 7:37.
Eastern
and
T3,
parallel
hey, no
runway
worries, man. You'll get up soon enough, man.
5301,
It'll be worth the wait. Actually, it's probably better Eastern T3 because right now we got 24 on the horizon. But hopefully by February, things will be smoothed out. SoCal, Cactus 357 on the ground with Tango taxi.
Cactus 357, runway 20 right, taxi via Alpha Lima, cross runway 20 left. John Wayne altimeter 3000.
Taxi 20 right, Alpha Lima, cross 20 left for Cactus 357. All right, here we go, chat.
Southwest 4427.
I got some tiller juice coming at you too here.
Terminated, frequency change approved. You can climb in the summer.
Some tiller updates. Oh, I love that wine. Yeah, I didn't realize he's working at LA Tower too. Due to swamped.
Citation 206.
But yeah, Eastern 777. So by February, spring of next year, man, hopefully the Microsoft Flight Sim will be smoothed out. 24 will be smoothed out. We'll have some patches for the Phoenix to work in 24. I don't think you're missing much, man. I think there's going to be some growing pains here as we move into 24. I really do believe that. Initially, I was thinking, nah, it's all going to work. It's going to be fine. But now I think there's going to be some growing pains for sure.
Southwest 2474, radar contact.
All right, he gave us a cross 20 left. We'll keep it rolling. 319, look at that. A little bit of breakaway thrust, and we're just on our way.
2474, climb and maintain.
All right, if we had two crew, we'd do all the lighting things right now. We're not going to do the lighting things. We're going to hold short 20 right. Bernhard Sr., welcome
198, runway 20 right, taxi via
to
Alpha Lima,
Commercial
cross runway 20
Pilot,
left,
man. Appreciate the support. Thank you for joining the channel, my friend. Tim K, you just received your Cat 3 bus tiller? Awesome stuff, man. I have something coming for the 380. I run my tiller linear on pretty much everything. But the 380, there's one little tweak to make, and it's going to make it even more awesome. I'll be showing that here soon.
We can remain at 5,000, that'd be preferred, and then we're going to...
All right, so we have to do a static Toga flaps 3 to do Toga thrust. We're going to use the APU bleed.
206, maintain appropriate VFR altitude, so I'll put you down for 5,500.
Okay, Roger, 5,500 works will maintain appropriate, and yeah, as you just put in the destination, it's going to be Kilo Hotel Romeo.
I'm starting to like this trailing wing view better.
6, turn left heading 1810 vector.
Probably a question for what top to climb. How did the bus?
Roger,
Yes,
left
hit me up in
heading
cruise,
10
Migs.
for,
Save that.
3
Great question. Hit me up at top of climb, dude.
Traffic is a Southwest 7.
Do we have it installed?
Bound, climbing out of 4,400 at your 12 o'clock.
Yep,
We
traffic
do
is
not.
3206.
Citation 206, maintain visual separation from that traffic.
Okay, roger. I'll maintain visual separation from the southwest 3206.
We should be able to access it.
57, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff.
20 right, clear for takeoff, Cactus 357. All right, here we go. All the lights.
3325 ready for departure.
APU bleed is coming on.
Air transport.
Lineup checklist, takeoff, runway 20 right, confirmed.
Air clear for takeoff. Wind
Fuel,
340.
11 required, 11-1 on board, engine mode selector, normal, bleeds and packs are set.
Runway 6.
Lineup checklist is complete. Let's go. Sim sounds are coming up. We're going full blast. Watch your ears. I'm going 80 on the volume for Microsoft Flight Sim. We've had a lot of gifted members
457.
today. So if you got a gifted membership, this is your first time to spam that yoga. Normally I ask for 250 likes prior to departure, but you guys have been more than generous today. So we're going to go ahead and do a static Toga. Don't even hit the like button if you don't want to. Just smash that yogas. Let's go. Spool them up 50. Let's go.
7, cleared to Waco Airport. That's
Yoga. Oh, baby. Mantoga SRS, auto thrust blue.
Clear to Waco via the Trisco 1
Thrust set.
Avery transition 4300 on departure. We'll check 3705.
100 knots, check V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up, fly with.
Looking for lower for inbound hold time.
Your radar contact. Maintain. Radar contact. Yeah.
Passing 1,400 for 5,000 Cactus 357. Come and maintain 12,000 Cactus 357. That was incorrect on the acceleration. So that was incorrect. It should have been 800 and 3,000. Or 600. That acceleration was way too high.
Okay, stand by.
That acceleration altitude was too high there. Or thrust reduction. So remember, we're not going to configure yet. Well, he can give us an open climb. So here comes 3,000. So now we go ahead and select.
We're climbing through 3,700 for 4,000.
Yeah, 15. No, we use. I think we use 600 full flap.
Climb and maintain 13,000.
1,500 is way too high.
And that's not going to departure
Yeah, it's.
looking for
I want to say it's 600 and
07
3,000.
and we're about a 10-mile final.
Citation 206, I'm lighting to the west, take left traffic, runway 25, runway 25.
Okay, Roger, make left traffic, runway 25.
Yeah, dude, it's wild. It's like you have a. It almost feels like you lose power right after takeoff. It's pretty wild. All right, here comes S-speed, flaps 0 after takeoff check.
Delta 1559, runway 24 left taxi via runway altimeter 3002.
Bank angle check to the left.
Altimeter 3002, taxi Echo 24.
We're clean wing, so let's go ahead and get the APU bleed off.
SoCal Pacific 7260 ready for taxi.
Pacific 7260, super. Runway 25 left taxi via Kilo, Charlie,
Just a disarm
Lima,
too.
Alpha, Foxtrot. Hold short, runway 25 right, at Charlie.
Kilo Lima Alpha Foxtrot, hold short, 25
So,
right.
man, I do love this profile. If you have the Moza,
Charlie.
been seeing some guys getting the Mozas, their Mozas are showing up, that's awesome. Make sure you go to the Discord and go to the pinned messages in the hardware section, and I've pinned my Moza profile. This profile that we worked at it's bang on. It is bang on. So highly recommend that. It's in the pinned section of the hardware channel.
Cactus 357, 7 LA Center closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change.
Off Tunicom, thanks for the ATC, Cactus 357. Yeah. Alright, 22.8 is up. We'll just keep hand flying her here. Beautiful left turn out. I gotta turn my graphics up. I've had my graphics down for flying the 380, but might have to juice them back up here. Although, I'll tell you what, still looks pretty good. Even with like a 200 LOD, it's not terrible. I'm kind of curious what happens if I change it now, if I tell a difference. Here comes 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and do our 10,000 foot flow. We'll clean that up. We'll do a forward call. Bank angle check to the left, and we got to do some McDo work here. We got to clear and copy and activate Delta Ops. CH, it really depends, man. If you're just on a straight out vector and you're not turning, turn the autopilot on relatively soon, but man, sometimes I'll fly her up to RVSM or fly it up through 18 at least. Let's go ahead and pull for open. We're going to, did we set 38? Is that really what we set? 380 is set. Thrust climb, open climb. Let's come down here. Yeah, we did file 380. So then we'll go to the secondary. We'll copy the active. RadNav page, nothing to delete. And then on VHF2, we got to monitor Delta Ops, which is set. So we're looking good. Bank angle check to the left. Here we go. We should be on our way. I'm a 7.3 junkie with no Airbus experience. Someone sell me on the Fenix. Maurice Desax. The Fenix Airbus series is the closest that you will ever get, not you specifically, but it is closest to the real airplane that anyone can experience on a desktop simulator. The Fenix Airbus series is absolutely fantastic. Now, is it 100% perfect? No. But I've been flying flight sims for a very long time, and I can tell you with 100% confidence that we have had nothing to replicate the Airbus experience better than we do right now with the Fenix 320 series. I absolutely love it. From the sounds to the systems to the faults to whatever you want to do. The flight model is great. I highly recommend getting a side stick or a proper side stick for flying the 320 series. It's going to add that much more enjoyment to it. Now, if you want to check out how to land a 7.3 at Flaps 15, Maurice, make sure you check out Full Flap Sim on YouTube. Floaty flight model? Nah, it's not floaty, man. Not floaty. Where I think the problem lies, and I've fallen to this as well, a lot has to do with, I'm trying to phrase this word, having a proper piece of hardware for flying the Airbus is the only way you can properly experience how to land this airplane. Now, you don't have to have a force feedback stick to have the control loading like I do. You don't have to have that. I've done extensive videos on it. I've tested numerous products. Going for the Thrustmaster base, that's probably the number one most common base to get. Magnetic base. Throw a FSprojects side stick on there, and you're going to feel, at least get an idea. Now, if you want to go hardcore, if you want to increase that, then you got to go with some type of control loading device, like a force feedback base. Now, the reason I think Moza is the way to go is because even if you don't want to, if you want to fly other airplanes, a force feedback base is compatible with everything, from helicopters to gliders. A force feedback base is going to be what you need. So that's why I'm super excited with it. It's one base that fits all. One base that fits all. Yes, Andre said it right. Stay away from the Thrustmaster Airbus pack. It's a T1600. Now, look, you can fly with it. I had a T1600. I've had Cytex. I've had CH. Like, you can fly with it. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you really want to experience the hard work and the detailing of the modeling of the flight dynamics and characteristics, you've got to have something that replicates the airplane at least minimally. You know, and this is not just related to Airbus. I mean, if you are a 737 junkie, going to a push-pull yoke or a pendular yoke from a side stick is going to completely change your experience. And I can't wait to see Full Flap go through this, because I think you're getting a yoke, maybe, right? Full Flap? So Full Flap is a 737 driver in real life. And he loves the PMDG and the Zebo and all the 7.3 stuff, but he's still flying it with a Warthog. We all flew airplanes with side sticks that didn't have side sticks, they had yokes. It's fine, you can do it, it's great, yes, you'll have fun, yes, it gets the job done, yes. But once you get a yoke, it's going to connect you to that airplane. And if it has a really well done and thought out and ironed out flight model, you will notice differences when you have a yoke instead of a side stick. You'll notice differences that you can't feel in a side stick. Now, if you want to up the game on that, there's nothing like force feedback for yoke-driven aircraft. Even, I would say, even more so important. Now, side stick force feedback, if you want to get into DCS and combat sims, it's a whole nother level. It's absolutely game-changing. Now, I'm really hoping Moza is going to come out with some type of yoke in the future, force feedback yoke, because I like where their software's at and I like where they're going. And I think it's going to be, I think they have the foundation now to really expand upon this in the coming months and as we get into 2024 and the next expo, etc. But right now I use a Brunner yoke, and while I love it, and I will tell you I will never go back to a spring-loaded yoke, for the price that you pay for the Brunner, you shouldn't have to go through the hassles that you go through. And a lot of it, I'd say 98% of it, 95% of it is just software related. Microsoft Flight Simulator really isn't the target audience for Brunner, in my opinion. They focus on other things, sim buildings and things like that. So, while it works and it gets the job done with certain add-ons for the price that you pay for the Brunner, you shouldn't have the issues that you run into. But in my opinion, it's still better than the alternative. What checklist do I use? Memory. That's why we screw up all the time. All right, Autopilot 1 is coming on. I've had enough fun. We're at 24,000 feet. Let's go back to the full screen cam. And let me turn the sound down just a little bit more here. Let's just enjoy this climb out over SoCal, baby. One base to rule them all, exactly. And that's the thing. So, especially with Moza right now, it is not by all means. It is by no means perfect. I'd say it's probably about, if you talk about FS 2020 specifically, I think the Moza is about 70% there as far as software is concerned and what it can do. When I first got the base, the software was about 30% there. So they've made leaps and bounds. They're getting ahead. It just takes time, right? It takes time. Update this, update that. And the biggest problem is the way that 2020 talks to a force feedback. It doesn't do it natively. So you have to use a telemetry system where it, like, the sim talks to the software talks to the side stick, etc. So they're actively working through that. I'm excited to see what happens in 24. I think hopefully there'll be more advancements. In DCS, the Moza, so I believe Wags over at DCS, they've already received a Moza base to work on more native integration with that type of force feedback deal, which is awesome. X-Plane, I haven't tested it yet, but I imagine it could probably feel pretty dang good. I'd have to try it with X-Plane. It's got FSX compatibility if anybody still flies that, but it's getting there. Full Flap says he funded the Verpal. I'm debating Thrustmaster Pendular. Yeah, undo the Verpal and just go Pendular, man. Just go Pendular for the yoke. If you're going to get a yoke that's not force feedback, you got to go Pendular. And the reason for that is not because of the pendular moment being like, oh, the yokes are pendular in the airplane. No. I use the pendular yoke for Cessna 172, for King Airs, ATRs, whatever, because, or TBM rather, that has push-pull. To me, the throw is too short on the Thrustmaster yoke to really, Not even that's not that's not having to do with the throw. The way the yoke sits, you don't really feel that you're pendular moving the yoke. And in a pendular-driven aircraft, such as the 170, 190 that I flew, I didn't fly the 73, and I don't know, Wingnut, maybe you can attest to this, when you're manipulating the control column, you don't feel that you're moving it through a pendular axis, do you? I never did. I always just felt this: pull back, houses get smaller, push forward, houses get bigger. That's pretty much it. The deal with the pendular yoke is it allows extreme precision and minute correction around that 0 point. That is where the juice is made. So when I fly the TCA Boeing yoke with the TBM 850, doesn't mean anything that the TBM is push-pull and the Thrustmaster is pendular, because all I care about is those super fine control movements right around the neutral point. With a push-pull, I have yet, and maybe Verpul's different, full flat. Maybe they're coming out with some new tech. But push-pull yokes, going back to the Honeycomb Alpha, the Satec ProFlight yoke, even the Steel ProFlight yoke with steel bearings, etc., CH Products yoke, there's always if there's not a stiction, there's always a bump or like a detent almost at the 0 point, because it's push-pull. You have a set of tension going aft, you have a set of tension going forward. And at some point that has to be neutral, right? And that's where it gets challenging to make fine inputs. And guess what? If you're in trim, your yoke should be pretty much in the center, right? So you're going to be trying to do minute flares right in that hard detent between push-pull. That plagued yokes for years. The TCA Boeing yoke is the first spring-driven yoke that I felt that really eliminates that problem. Now, to eliminate it absolutely completely, you go force feedback, where you have control loading. Even though my control loading force feedback yoke is push-pull, it doesn't matter, because I could make it 0-0. I could just make it sit there and go in and stay in. I can make it come out and stay out. So you're creating your own forces on the yoke. So there is no detent, there is no soft spot, there is no centering point. It's all about trim. So if I'm in trim on speed, it doesn't matter if my force feedback yoke is 3/4 forward out of center, 1/4 aft out of center. It doesn't matter, as long as, and it will vary depending on the airplane, which is cool. So as long as I'm in trim, my yoke feels like I'm in the notch, right? I've got the airplane trimmed out. If I'm having to put forward pressure on my yoke, it means I'm not in trim. It's not because there's a spring pulling me to the center point. It's just because I'm not in trim. So what do I need to do? Adjust the trim, relax that force on the yoke. So that's why force feedback, it doesn't matter if you're pendular. Now, having a pendular force feedback yoke, I mean, for looks, I'm sure that'd be cool. But I don't think it's necessary. And in fact, I think it would create more problems than it would solve. I'm going to select 7-7 here just so we can shoot up to 38. You might reach cruising altitude before me, and I'm 100 miles ahead. Tower Ray, Mr. Chicago, man. Yeah, we're in a 3-9. We're probably going to pass you now. We're doing 7-7. We're going to zip up there at 7-7. Oh, yeah, even full flap says it feels straight forward and back. Yep. Bass Martin, since we don't have G's in our desktop, force feedback can help in terms of immersion. Yes, and especially with trim. That's the biggest thing, man. Trim. It looks like the real Airbus sightstick is mounted at an angle. Correct, it is. Do you mount the Moza at an angle? Or do you set that in software? Well, I don't set it in software because I don't want to be limited on anything. Now, what's cool, CK Surge, is you could absolutely set your yoke or your side stick at an angle and configure the center point in the software to make it exactly like the real side stick. Now, I don't have a mounting solution to put it at an angle, unfortunately. I guess I see what you're saying is move the center point of the force feedback side stick to be to the right, so the yoke is kind of to the right. Maybe. Here's the thing. I haven't noticed, even though the side stick is indeed at an angle in the real airplane, I really can't tell the difference with this being straight up and down. You know, maybe it's because maybe it's my chair position. I try to mimic it as best I can. My side stick still is a hair taller than I would like it to be. If I sit on a cushion, it's perfect, but I forgot to put the cushion on my chair this time. But man, it's such a small difference. I can't personally feel the difference. But you're absolutely right. The real side stick, we probably see it here, is mounted at a wee bit of an angle. You see? Right there. Just a hair. But yeah. You know, if you can customize your own mounting solution, like put it in a box or something and have it at an angle, then yeah, I would absolutely do that. But if you have it mounted at an angle, you wouldn't need to adjust anything in the software because you still want 100% of your travel all the way around. It would just, the stick would physically just be offset to the right. That would be cool if Moza can come up with a modified mounting solution or something, you know, where you can like kind of put it at an angle. Because it's sitting, I have mine right now on the Moza bracket. And I don't know if you can tell, but like, yeah, this bracket right here on the sides, I just kind of, it sits in the slots, and I have it as far down as it can go. I'd like to lower it about another 3 inches if I could. The bracket just isn't quite long enough. Nah, Kyle, it's been brought up before. I mean, when I sit here and I put my hand on it, I really cannot tell you that, oh, yeah, there's a difference. Maybe if I really think about it and go hop in the airplane and then hop back on my sim, I could say, oh, yeah, I can tell there's a little bit of difference, but really not much. Infian, what's up, man? How you doing? Ready for the 400 foot per minute? Look, our RJ did that with the auto land. Any thoughts on using an iPad as an overhead? So I kept a live stream where a guy was using it as a 777 overhead. Really? You know what, Cody? That's interesting. I actually, believe it or not, other than these switches right here, manipulating the light switches, I like going up to the overhead and looking at the overhead because to me, it's all about seeing what I'm familiar with. This looks exactly like the real thing. It's all, I know exactly where everything is. If I were to put it on an iPad and it was, you know, everything's condensed into a small screen, I don't know if I would like that. What I really want is somebody posted a pseudo overhead, kind of like a minimized overhead of the 320 in the Discord recently. Now I wouldn't mind getting one of those. It had all the lights, and then it kind of like mix and mash everything else together, the important stuff. But we use Cody. Well, we used to use touchscreen trainers. You call them CSIs. So before you get in the sim for initial training, you sit down in an Airbus chair, and everything is a touchscreen. Everything in the cockpit is a touchscreen. And they were really annoying when I was going through. They were in their early rendition, so like only one person could touch the screen at once. So like if you had one guy trying to set the trim, but at the same time I wanted to change the range up here on my EFIS, since it was all one monitor, it would like, he couldn't set the trim until I took my finger off the screen. So you play battle of who's touching the screen. But I mean, I don't know. I like manipulating the switches, if I'm being honest with you. Just the lights. I want my own light panel. And I can like stick it on a stick or something. All right, we're leveling here at 380. I keep forgetting. I want to turn off these cabin lights. Let's go here. Settings. No. Here. Cabin visibility off. Beautiful. I like that background. Let's go outside and enjoy some. Let's enjoy some 319 ops. That's a beautiful shot right there. Turn it down even more. We need some nice relaxing. What's some like relaxing music? Migs. My man, Migs, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Man, if you pick up a membership from Migs, make sure you shout him out. Legendary supporter here on the channel. Migs, appreciate you, man. Turn the music down a little bit. Hopefully it's not too loud. Migs, what did you ask about backup speed scale? So we don't have it on this airplane. Now, is it? I thought it was an option on the Fenix. Is it not an option? What did you ask? I do like the pressurization wrinkles there too. Let's see if I can find your comment back here. Oh man, through the sea of yogas. Oh, I found it. Let's see. How does the backup speed scale work? And is it all 19, 20, 21 these days? It depends on the just the options that it comes from the factory. I want to say that the new ones now, all the Neos are coming with it as a standard piece of equipment. Before it was standard, it was an option, I believe. And so we're getting some retrofit with it. The thing is, if you don't have the backup speed scale push button, you can access it, like Flame said, by turning off your ADIRs, and then we'll activate the bus for you. And the way it works, it's very simple, man. There's the AOA indicator. Matter of fact, there it is right here. So this is an airfoil, essentially. This is a wing. And it's calibrated to show you angle of attack. And that angle of attack will then be sent through the computer system to your PFD. Look at this pink dude in here had me laughing. And it will show you if you are fast or slow at the current angle of attack. And your current angle of attack. So it will put red and yellow around it where it shows, hey, this is the critical angle of attack of the airplane. Don't stall it. So it's very simple to fly. Navy guys fly with, that's pretty much all you fly is angle of attack, right? It's like when you're landing on the carrier. So it's a very simple system, and it's a great backup, and it takes all the guesswork out of an unreliable airspeed procedure, because without it, identifying unreliable airspeed can be a bit of a challenge, especially if the values aren't that indifferent from each other. So, if you have one PFD is off by 15 knots, one's off by 25 knots, you got like a 30 knot crosswind, it's kind of like, you're going to take a minute to troubleshoot it, right? Now, you can still figure it out, but it's such a relief to go backup speed scale on. Okay, this is where I'm at. So now you can assess, okay, if I'm in the green on my backup speed scale, I'm green AOA, I can tell you right now that my FO's PFD, that speed source is way off. So, it can help you diagnose that as well. But once you go under the backup speed scale, you're probably just going to keep it on unless you have the type of failure you can revert to the other ADR, and then you can be good to go. So the benefit of having it on the push button is you don't have to shut your ADRs off. So it makes troubleshooting which system is out easier. But when you don't have that, you shut off all your ADRs and okay, well, everybody's got no airspeed now. So airplane's still flying just fine, but you can't really troubleshoot that way because you shut them all off. Flame says they're standard on Neo aircraft. That would make sense. Yeah, all the new ones coming out, all the Neos have the backup speed scale. So I know some of our CEOs have them, but it's more of a retrofit type of option, I think. And you can activate it in flight, man. So they actually encourage you. They encourage us. When we first started getting them, I remember the memo. A memo came out saying, hey, number one, we messed with it in the sim when you went through recurrent. And two, said, hey, if you're doing a visual approach and workload permits, activate your backup speed scale, see it, utilize it. You can have the FO or vice versa. FO's got it on. The captain has his on regular speed. So you can still monitor, and you can really learn exactly what's happening when you have one PFD on the bus and one on regular indicated, especially if it's working normally. You're just testing it. So in the Fenix, unfortunately, we'd have to shut all the ADRs off to get it. So it's kind of a moot point. But then you can really see how the AOA works. And as you extend flaps, that red portion of the AOA starts to move. So because now you can go to a greater angle of attack without stalling. So it's a pretty nifty little feature. And that AOA vane is heated as well. Have I ever had to use the bus? No, I've never had to use it in the real airplane. Now, I've used it in the sim for unreliable airspeed sim sessions all the time. But in the real airplane, I've never had to actually turn it on for unreliable airspeed. No, I've turned it on just for testing and seeing how it looks and explaining it to new hires and stuff when they come out of training. Like, hey, do you remember the bus from training? Yada, yada. Let's, when you're flying into, I use New Orleans as an example because it's one of the best airports to, I don't want to say experiment, but to show different techniques to low time guys or new guys on the Airbus, because you have most of the time very low traffic, no complex arrivals, no complex departures. It's heading, altitude, vectors, and most of the time the weather is perfect. So doing it in New Orleans, we did a visual approach with the backup speed scale, just to kind of see how it works with the airplane. It's really neat stuff. Also doing like no flight director takeoffs. That's something that I think I might have done it on stream maybe once, if that. I don't know if I have. Something we do every time in recurrent as well. We do a no flight director takeoff, and it's same deal with the backup speed scale. It's like, hey, workload permitting, departure permitting, traffic permitting, try a no flight director takeoff, because if for some reason you have to do it for real, you don't want the first time doing it for real being in a high workload environment. So a no flight director takeoff, it's very neat. We get so caught up in the automation with the 320, right? Man flex, SRS, this, head nav, blue, yada, yada. No flight director takeoff, it's dress set. 100 knots, check. Rotate. Like, very quiet. You're just flying the airplane. It's like you were flying the Airbus like it was a 172. You literally set takeoff power. You look at your PFD for speed. You fly pitch and bank angles. That's it. And it's, trust me, when all you have ever done is flight director takeoffs, when you do the first one for real without it, it's creepy because you're like, something's wrong. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What's happening here? It feels so wrong the first time you do it. But then after you do it, you're like, oh, okay, not bad at all. I remember the first time I did it, we were taking off out of Pensacola. Again, right? Super low workload, no traffic, beautiful VFR day. And I was actually getting a line check, and the check airman was like, hey, that's totally up to you, Cap, if you want to do it. But, I would appreciate if you demonstrated a no flight director takeoff. Great. Now, I could obviously say no, but cooperate, graduate. I was confident in my abilities to do it. It's a no big deal. It may sound like a bigger deal. It's really no big deal. So we did it. And that happened to be like the second time I'd ever done it. And I was like, man, I really got to do these more so I don't feel so rusty when I actually have to do them. FO's mind was blown. His mind was completely blown. He's like, what? This is wild. He had never done one in the real airplane. So yeah, it's just kind of another thing we never really do. Probably should have done one at John Wayne's kind of hard because you got the acceleration reduction. You're on the tight RNAV constraint, so not the best place to do one. Let's take a look. Is it time to descend via? Oh yeah. What's the bottom? Let's go down and catch it. 19 thou. 15 thou. Let's go ahead and set this up. This is why I love the Phoenix, man. It's just cakewalk, man. I tell you what, let's go ahead and go speed brakes out. We're on the descent. Let's go to Phoenix arrival. 270 at 10 miles. Two-one, huh? And the meter is 2994. 6,000. We'll set it. The bottom says 7,000 for the 2.6 transition. Yeah. 2.6 transition, 7,000, and I guess we got to look at the chart, huh? CTAF 20.9. We'll dial it in. Thank you. See, Joe Plains, Mr. Chicago, he is a proper chat first officer. Maybe that should be like the 60 months or whatever badge. Like a certified chat FO. Approach for 2.6. We're going to go visual. but we'll have it loaded up here. 258 final approach course, 1385 set. How we looking on the prog? We're higher than a van full of hippies right now, I tell you what though. LS push buttons on, sim sounds are coming up. Pause the music. Hydra below 19. Well, I don't know if we'll make that, but let's try. Let's go open, speed, red line, speed brake's full. This is going to be a tight one. I don't know if we'll make that. We'll reset 7 here. I do not think we're going to make Hydra out of below 19. We're going to try hard though. Watch your ears. Expedite push button. It will do pretty much the same thing that I'm doing right now, man. Except I got a little bit more control over it. While it's not, I might overtake you, Joe. I'll tell you what. I will do a delay vector here, so we don't TCAS in. So let's reset our bottom altitude. Let's set 11,000. Let's go ahead and select heading. Let's fly 050. We'll do a delay vector. .020 delay vector for traffic. Sometimes we make it, sometimes we don't. V1, can I ask you something I'm trying to get an answer for months? Shoot, man. Hopefully I'll have an answer for you. Send it. Bill's Mafia back. Would you pitch for VY? Actually, you pitch for our 10 and so depending on where you are. So below 10,000 feet, below thrust reduction, it's 10 and climb. 10 degrees climb. If it's above, it's 15 and climb. And if it's above 10, I got that backwards. We have pitch references, but essentially put it at 10 degrees because that's where 250 is going to be at climb thrust. So 10 and 250 climb thrust. That's what you pitch for. You'll accelerate just fine. Now, before your acceleration altitude, yeah, you pitch for about 15 to 18 degrees nose up, the initial rotation. I'm then at 1,000 feet. Lower it off, 10 and climb, baby. Let's make a left 360 for traffic. 330 on the speed. Yeah, the pressure wrinkles on the wing. Yeah, dude. I love it, man. Is there somebody behind us now? Did I hide the cabin? What happened to my... Oh, you know what I did? I meant to turn off cabin lights. Not cabin visibility. There we go. Bring back my juice. We're out of 18,000. We'll push for standard. Magic Bear Ref 2994 is set. Keep spinning around.
Southwest 1905, 10 mile final, ILS 26, Phoenix traffic.
Miggs, thanks for another $5 super chat, man. Appreciate it. I can imagine the FAA absolutely losing it at the sound of a 60.
Traffic American 470 is about 20 miles to the southwest, descending through 13,000, going to be a left downwind 26, Skyver.
Yes, Miggs, appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and slow down. We're reaching 12,411. We'll spin that even more so, and we will redirect us to after Hydra.
25,
Giva.
7 miles to the southwest, left downwind 26, Skyver.
Got people joining left downwind 26. We're looking good. We're in the turn here, 12,411. Slowing down to 280. Stow the brakes. We'll bring up the Throttletek cam, Cat 3 design cam, Moza cam. Good to go. Just need a Fenix 340 and I'll be set for yours minus the PMDG 74. Right there with you, Kyle. Man, a Fenix did a 340. Good night. Good night. I don't think they'll do a 340. Something tells me that they're not going to do a wide body Airbus. I don't know why I have that feeling. I have no basis on that other than I don't think they will. Company menu, receive messages. All right, between 17 at 11 at Gila, that checks. We're out, so I will go ahead and select 7 for the bottom. 250 knots at Gila. We'll slow it down once we get a little bit closer. Look at that beautiful livery.
Hello, Phoenix Tower, Southwest 1905. We're doing a 5-mile final for 26.
Now, I could see the Neo family Eastern 2-3, yeah. I could see that. I could see him doing a Neo. I also have just a weird vibe. 737. I think they're going to do a classic 7-3. Or like a, not a 100, 200, like a, what was the IXEG? I always confuse this. So the 3, 4, and 5 is a classic. FlyJ Sim did a 737-200, right? And 100? That's just dinosaur version. The 300 is still considered a classic. Yes, IXEG, yes. So for some reason I could see him doing a classic. I could see him doing a classic. I think they're going to do one. But, or a Neo. I mean, the Neo would be the next logical step. Now, if they do go down the Neo route, I really, really hope they do a 19 Neo. There is a handful of 319 Neos in existence. I believe China has them. So that would be the ultimate epicness. We're already at 11, so let's just go ahead and activate and confirm the approach phase now. We're selected speed. We are 7 from Gila. We need to slow 30 knots. Let's take it in about 2 more miles. Let's see how it does. 6.3. Oh yeah, only 30 knots. About 3.5 miles will slow down. Oh, Phoenix. Well, you know what, Bills Mafia? You say that, but honestly, dude, and I know I have a pretty powerful system, but I feel like the Fenix V2, like our current version of the Phoenix, I feel like they really have done a lot with optimization. Compared to what this airplane was when it first came out, I think a wide body wouldn't be that bad at all on frames. I mean, think of a 321. It's pretty long. I mean, what else are they going to add in there? Another couple of feet. Length and girth. Go ahead and manage it up here. Is Phoenix still the most in-depth Airbus in the game? Yes, it is, Ty. It is. Absolutely. Andy B. So here's the thing with the 380, Andy, is when I turned off SimBridge, totally changed the sim, or totally changed my performance. And I know they're working on it. They've already acknowledged that they found a little issue with the terrain and SimBridge. So with SimBridge off, it really runs pretty decent on my system. With SimBridge on, bricks the frames out, completely bricks them out. But remember, it's still an alpha early, so we'll see. And they believe they said that in 2024 they actually have better performance. So, uh-oh, who's online? 2865, Phoenix Approach is on. Oh boy. Man, I feel like we should do a second leg. Oh, it's already 6:10. Guys, we've been flying sims all day. This has been a lot of fun. All right, 2065 is up. I gotta go home. I thought I'd do another leg here. What am I cooking for dinner tonight? I totally forget. We'll call approach up. We have Phoenix. Now, this is America's friendliest airport, so let's see if they are the most friendly ATC. Phoenix Approach, good afternoon. The Cactus 357, level 1000. We're on the Hydra with information Foxtrot.
Cactus 357, Phoenix Approach. Good evening. Service Hydra 1 arrival. Expect the visual 25 left.
Expect visual 25 left. Descend via the Hydra, Cactus 357. All right, 25 left.
4,000.
We'll go ahead and change it around. Oops. Phoenix arrival. 25 left now on the ILS. We're still in Blythe Hydra run. Looks good. We'll insert you. We gotta select heading first. Renav. Remanage. Ah, that's not navving. So let's go direct. Where are we at? Agla. Direct Agla. Oh, this is the old school where it like took the old situation. All right, Agla. We're navving. Out constraint. Descent blue is armed. We actually have to verify that the transition worked here. And I believe it did. So same thing that got us in the Avro RJ, except I know how to catch it immediately.
American 470, or American 470 correction, turn left heading 350.
When we reload at the start, that's why I'd ask you to select heading. Our software, our database does not do that. It will automatically know. It automatically knows where your position is, so it will automatically load the next two waypoint of Agla. You don't have to do all those steps that I just went through. Now I think that is the difference between Honeywell and Thales, but I will also say that back in the day, ours would sometimes turn around on you, like on the Hollywood arrival, which is a big no-no. So there was a memo, but that was years ago. It's since been updated. Miss V1's about to pop the chat. No kidding, Andre. Yeah, I'm going to hate watch the Chiefs tonight. We're going to see how many calls the Swifties get tonight on the Chiefs game. We'll see.
American 470 field at your 9 o'clock, 2 miles.
What about Phoenix Restroom Zone? Only OGs of this channel remember that.
American 470.
True. Migs.
Phoenix
Absolutely
approach,
right.
good evening, Airbus 102.
Restroom reviews. Now, the new terminal at Sky Harbor, man.
American 470 got the field inside.
Very nice. Where are we parking? Are we going to taxi under the bridge?
Albert 102, Phoenix approach, contact center 32.8.
Let's go to
American 470, clear the visual, runway 25 left.
taxi simulator. Should we do taxi sim?
Left, American 470.
Parking gates. Landing 25 left.
Albert 102, Phoenix approach, contact center 132.8.
Should we do taxi sim all the way to the Bravo?
Airbus 102.
There's no bridge on this. I was going to say we go to like Bravo 10 or something.
Albuquerque Center, Airbus 102, good evening.
Concourse 5 is new
Albert
now.
102,
Maybe we should go
have you
Concourse
on
5.
approach, contact center 132.8.
132.8, roger.
Vector 25, turn left heading 350.
Left 350, Vector 25.
We got to unstar that. We need to go 25 left. 25 left will star you. New mins are 1326 and 11075. 1326. We have 11075 is tuned in. There's our descent. 250. We got 210 at Chavo.
American 470, the tower's 120.9. Good night.
Lander back.
20.9, American 470 will see up.
Just trying to catch
American
those
25 field
extensions.
will be at your 9 o'clock, about 17 miles north of the field.
Landing light extension juice. Oh, Phoenix at sunset. This is where we live, Chad. Prime, take it easy, man. Thank you for stopping by.
American 25, third visual approach, runway 25 left.
Tyson, are you a Chiefs fan? You're not a Chiefs fan. Might as well do another flight, do food from the cockpit. You know, if I had my sim in my house, I would. 100%. 100%. First time flying standby today. Got in all 4 flights I wanted. Nice. Used all my standby karma for the rest of my career. Brady Thompson, yeah, savor that. 444 is pretty good, man. That is pretty good, dude. Romario, you're a Chiefs fan? We'll see. There's no denying Patrick Mahomes is pretty dang good, man. There's no denying that. Anger nerve? Yes and no. The only reason I say no is because I like to fly multiple airplanes, you know, so I feel like you kind of pigeonhole yourself. Now, what I would be totally okay with is having like a dedicated half cockpit like Airbus, right? just have like a legit Airbus pit, and then on a different PC have what I have now, like something that's a little bit more, I can change them out, you know, do different Throttleteks, do different Blackbird controls on the Bravo, do, you know, different stuff. But having one dedicated Airbus pit would be pretty sweet. No, I don't think he's the GOAT. He's definitely not the GOAT. There's only one, and he's retired. Stop the Mahomes glaze. Dude, he's... I mean, he's not playing good this year. He's definitely not playing that good, considering what he's capable of. They're still winning, though. That's the problem. I thought you were dead. That's right, Dyson. You're Denver. Man, tough blowout on Sunday, huh? That sucks. Was it like 75-0? I really thought Denver... I thought they were going to throw in Zach Wilson there. I was kind of hoping they'd throw him in for the last couple series and throw a pick. Give us another 5 years. We'll see, Romario. We'll see. When doing crosswind takeoff, when you release the rudder before liftoff and counter yaw with aileron, in what? In the A320? Because the technique will vary. 210, we're at 210. We're looking good. 8.9 for 7. In the 320... yeah, you're keeping it straight down the runway, but as you rotate, you want to start getting that aileron correction in there. Because you want to try to avoid that big wing drop, you know, going the other way. But yeah, rudder on the takeoff roll, keep her centered. And then and one thing you want to be careful about, what's different from a GA airplane, is you don't put in a lot of roll on the takeoff roll, because with airliners, you'll have roll spoilers most likely. And if you put in too much roll, guess what's going to happen? Your roll spoilers are going to deflect. And now you're just hurting your takeoff performance because you're trying to take off with your spoilers up. So very minimal. I mean,
357 to set and maintain 4,000.
Set and maintain 4,000, cactus 357. 4,000.
Cactus 25, contact tower,
descent.
20.9, good night.
Let's go ahead and hustle down here. We're below VFE, but we're light enough. Let's go ahead and keep the slats in. I probably can count on one hand the amount of times I've had a slight deflection in the Airbus side stick. Now, Embraer, different story, but pretty rare to have a crosswind stiff enough on takeoff where I'm actually concerned I need a little bit of aileron assistance. Now, remember, if you got aileron droop, the Florence kit, which most of them do, these ailerons droop for takeoff to increase your lift, increase takeoff performance. So it's very situations or situational, right? Depends on the airplane, depends on the actual winds, depends on other conditions. Like there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah, I think the Lions are winning the Super Bowl, JP. I don't think anyone can stop the Lions, dude. They are unbelievable right now. Lions are absolutely crushing it. Oh my, screenshot. Look at Whiskey Throttle, man, coming through with the Cardinals. Old stomping grounds, Phoenix, Arizona. Let's go full brakes. There's a little more juice. 3P. Oh, gag me. Wait, Brady, they do? Man, you must have been, maybe you were on an older bird. Were you on like an older 7.5 or something? That's pretty cool. A favorite GA airport in Phoenix? Sedona, man. That's up north. Sedona is really pretty to fly into. But now we did the Valley rallies. You take off, you go down south, Falcon Field. You do Chandler, GPS 4 right, Chandler, Casa Grande, ILS circling, come back up through Gateway for the VOR or for the localizer, missed approach, hold. Then over to Scottsdale for the circling, and then back to Deer Valley. A good year for landing practice. Smashed a lot of pavement over there at Goodyear, and there's another one there next to Goodyear. I can't think of the name of it. Glendale. I think Glendale. Does Glendale have an airport? Glendale, Goodyear? 757? Nice, yeah. That's pretty cool, man. Cockpit audio on the 7.5. That's neat, dude. Yes, I did, Andy B. That backwards hurdle was unbelievable.
Cactus 357, turn left heading 350.
Left turn 350, Cactus 357. All right, 350. So I'm going to guess he's going to give us, I think hammock will be safe. We'll take a line off a hammock. 081, check, confirm, reselect heading. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and extend flaps 1. Speed checks, that's 1. Oh, this is so epic. I'm going to start the recording now. Romario, you're correct, except you're missing one aspect of that. It'll be 4th and 13, and there'll be a pass interference call on the Bills' 15-yard line. So they'll get 1st and 10 on the Bills' 15 with less than 2 minutes left. They'll go score a touchdown. All right, we're on base. Go ahead and select 180.
Field at your 9 o'clock, 12 miles before the field site.
Inside Cactus 357.
Cactus 357, clear to visual approach, runway 25 left.
Clear visual 25 left, Cactus 357. All right, approach, AP1, AP2, glide slope blue, low blue, Cat 3 dollar pilot 1+2. Looks like we just picked it up. VFE next -10, flaps 2. Speed checks. And then what'll happen too, Romario, is the announcers will be like, "Man, I don't know if I agree with that call. That they've been letting them play all night." And then the referee official will join the TVs, will join them in the booth, be like, "Well, you know what? This is actually a good call. I stand by my officials because that's what I'm getting paid by the Shield to do, is convince the public opinion that they're not making bad calls. So it's a pass interference there, Joe. Well, I don't like it. Well, that's pass interference. You know, you just think with a game on the line like that, the officials would stay out of it, but that's how it goes. Chiefs win. Done deal." All right, glide slope blue, low blue, Cat 3 dollar. I said all that. Glide slope is coming in. Runway's in sight. Recording's on. I love flight sim. Look at those freaking pink people, the Peptos. Pepto Flight 357. We don't even need to watch, Andy. I've got it all laid out for you, man. Glide slope star, go around altitude. We're on the visual field elevation is 1,200, so let's call 1,000 above that. Be 22, call it 2,700 feet for the go. 2,700 is blue. 2,000 above touchdown is going to be 2,200 feet. So we'll stand by. We're flaps 2, 180. Confirm. We are activated and confirmed. Yes, we are. We don't want to accelerate 250k knots. Raise your hand if you hit manage speed on approach and your airplane accelerated to 250 knots.
Contact tower 20.9, good night.
Over to 20.9. Have a good night. Thanks for the ATC, Cactus 357. Yeah, hit the like button if you hit manage speed and your airplane accelerated to 250. Where's XP at? He probably hit the like button. Tower, good evening. Cactus 357 visual, 25 left.
Cactus 357, Phoenix Tower, hello. The winds are 24007, runway 25 left, clear to land.
25 left, clear to land, Cactus 357. Seatbelts are on. I said 2,100, I meant 3,200 feet. That's 2,000 above. Gear down. Arm the speed brakes. Ramon, you've done it? Yeah. We've all done it. We've all done it at least once, I'm sure. If you haven't done it, listen, there are those that have. There are those that have not yet. VFE next +10 flaps 3. And let's go flaps full and checklist. God, I love the Phoenix. This is my baby right here. Our landing checklist, cabin crew advised, auto thrust speed, auto brakes are off, ECAM memo, landing all green, landing checklist is complete. Didn't bind it yet in this airplane apparently, so autopilot's coming off. We'll leave the auto thrusties on. Let's see how the auto thrust does in comparison to the fly-by-wire auto thrust, which was pretty good, I will admit though. Why don't we stay on the glide slope there, Captain? I wanted a nice long runway. They give me 2.5 left. What's up with that? I hope this glide slope is working because it feels like 2 whites, 2 reds, and half dot. Maybe it's not coincident. Should have briefed that on the approach chart. Must not be a real pilot. What a beautiful... This is epic. Look at that sun. I'm going to drive it into the ground looking at the sun over there. Right behind the mountains. Oh my.
500.
Should we go for the butter? Or should we go for the legality? Now, that's a good point, Kyle. I haven't actually landed this in a long time in the sim. I know it likes to chunk out on us.
100 above.
Digital Burke, both? Like you're supposed to?
Minimum. $100.
That glide slope is not coincident.
Glide slope.
No, you're fine.
40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Oh yeah! Spoilers. We'll showboat the nose wheel. $70 knots. Manual brakes. Didn't even touch the brakes till just now. Stow it. Got a little squirrely there. That's just Microsoft Flight Wind trying to take me off. It's like as soon as you touch down, it's like inertia left the chat.
Cactus 357, welcome to Phoenix. Safe parking.
Oh, brother. We're going to Fox 5, Cactus 357.
Cactus 357, I'm sorry, second.
Foxtrot 5 on the east side. South side.
Walker 357.
Walker.
Roger, taxi to parking via Foxtrot. Foxtrot 6, Echo 6, Delta 6, and cross 25 right on
What?
Foxtrot 6. Have a great night.
Okay, Foxtrot 6, and then after that, gonna need progressive for Cactus 357.
Cactus 357, roger.
Oh, let's clean this sucker up. Jeez, I'm all over the place here. Stop the recording. I was not ready for that. Foxtrot 6. It should be Fox 6, and then like Echo to park, or Echo Delta 7 to park. Sorry, Wingnut, I didn't do flap retraction here. We'll leave all our lights on. Ooh, where's Mickey G at? He's got some Mickey G airplane. Ah, man, those do look sweet. Could you imagine if Just Flight did one of those? I heard at least 2 6s. I know this is Foxtrot 6, and we're cleared to cross. Clear left, clear right, crossing 2-6. Or 2-5 right, rather, at Fox 6. Give me the blue guidance arrows. Fox 6, Echo, then D6. That would make sense.
And Phoenix Tower, Southwest 101, Charlie 18.
Southwest 101.
Ready to taxi, runway 25.
That's like our training number.
Southwest 101, Phoenix Tower, good evening. Runway 25, right taxi via Delta 13, Echo 13.
25 right via Delta 13, Echo 13, Southwest 101.
All right, we're at Echo. And tower for Cactus 357. Do you want us Delta 6 into the ramp here, or did you want us down further?
Take your next left on to Delta 7, and then straight ahead you'll find any gate.
Delta 7 straight in there, any gate. Thanks for the ATC. Cactus 357. We'll see ya.
Cactus 357, have a great one.
All right. We need to ask for directions. Man. ATC was trying tonight. They were trying to get us there. A speed bid. And we're parking over there next to that Frontier. Dude, how sweet does that look, guys? You see that Frontier over there with his beacon on? That is unbelievable. Just little details. I mean, that literally, if you were sitting in that jump seat right here, I was like, just kind of zoomed in a little bit so there was no people in the cockpit. I mean, someone would be like, oh, that's real. Oh, we shut his beacon off. It's mid. Aviation Blaze. I think he's been doing a little blazing. 6:32. I'm gonna miss the Monday night countdown song. Let's go ahead and park it. Let's just go straight in. We gotta go, Chad. We're gonna disconnect from Iveo Premium. Thank you for the ATC. We'll take Fox Niner. That's fine. Oh. Too fast. He doesn't park like real life parking. He's not real. Oh, that was epic. All right, brakes are set. Replay's coming on. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's go replay cam. We'll do this. We'll turn our lights on. And I got to go. Mini cockpit not. Oh, no. Do you want to restart Microsoft? What? No. Hold on. Stop. Turn off mini cockpit. What are you doing? Pause replay. Let's just watch the touchdown because then you're going to watch one long one by yourselves while I'm gone. Full flaps coming in. I thought my sim just crashed. We're good. Andy B, no worries, man. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a lot of fun, dude. Kyle, it's been a wild day, dude. I tell you what. Today has been pretty wild, Kyle. Put you on, arm the speed brakes. We'll do that. Oh, I got to arm the auto thrust again.
500.
Go Chiefs. Oscar, yeah, hey, I needed this flight, y'all. I needed this flight. Let's get sail going. Let's just see how we touch down here. Pause it, run it forward. I don't want to miss the Monday night song. It hits hard.
100.
Is this Chris Stapleton? No, who sings that Monday night? See how we did? We almost chunked it. Set her down beautifully. 117 on G's. I'll take that. Take that. Might have been a little generous. Let's see. That one said 128. I'll take it. Either way. Alright. You guys are going to like this one, I think. I'm going to bring the sphere up. This is going to be a pure cinematic replay. Stay that. Alright, y'all. Today has been a whole lot of fun. We flew Avro RJ. We flew an A319. We got to do a lot of fun stuff. So I really appreciate all you hanging out with me today. We'll be back later this week. I got some more time off, so we'll be back live, maybe in a 380, maybe back in the RJ. Until then, you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Let's go Bucks. Thank you for all the super chats, the bank angle checks, hitting the like button. Today was a nice one. The sun sets on this stream as it sets in real life here. Let me wind it back though, just a tad. Good to see us in chat. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. See you. Enjoy the Pepto-Bismols. Twist 10, turn 10, Joe Planes. See ya. OG Cardinal Stadium right there. What you know about that? That's where I saw Steve Young get sklounced.